welcome back to the channel where you get to watch me build in a Minimax 1100r. And as I've discovered, some of you are doing the same. There are others who are in the process, and I'm so glad that you find my process here valuable, and that you can pick up a couple of things along the way. As I've said before, these are my methods. That's how I'm choosing to build. Maybe not necessarily the way you would choose, but hey, you know, as long as we're following the basics of what's required, that's all that matters. Everybody has a different way of getting to the same location, and that's okay. As you've seen the last couple days, my path has taken a few little curves and turns, but I got these all sorted out. Just took the flush router and cleaned up these edges on them, so these are all ready to go now. I've test fit them already. I've test fit them already, and they fit really nice. You know, sometimes we get to build things, and other times we have to make the things that help us make the things. So today's one of those days. I actually have to make the things that are going to help me go to the next step. So I went away processing this whole, how am I going to clamp this nose together, and how am I going to get everything pulled together. And so I came to the conclusion that the answer is resting right here with these 36-inch clamps. So I'm going to get set up here and get everything I need in position, and then we'll talk about where we're headed. All right, so these are inexpensive Harbor Freight clamps. And Rockler, if you're watching, I wouldn't turn down some nice ones. So, however, these are a perfect candidate for what it is that I need to do. And the very first step Okay, so there we have it. I didn't have to spend any additional money. I had some scrap laying around, and I have now an extended clamp that I can use. All right, so now I have my clamps all made, and so we're going to test fit everything and make sure it all sets up good. Double check that we're in the right position here. Off just a touch. Right there. And we'll double check that after we get everything glued and clamped, and that'll be the last thing that we check and make sure that we're good there. So you can see that I put some, just clamped a couple blocks up here, and that is that block is kind of resting just on top of this line, and it'll be an adjustment too at the very end. Make sure that we're following the line. So what I want to do now is we'll get these two clamped in place. All right, that's good there. Grab our other one over here. Now that feels great because these are up against my 10 1/4. When we get 1/8 inch plywood going this way, it will be 10 inches, so that's where it needs to be. And now we try out our new clamps. So I'm going to start in the middle here. And those ended up exactly where I wanted them to, so close. And I actually rounded off the edges of those a little bit, the clamps, just so that they don't dig into the wood at all. Okay, so I'm now convinced that I've got everything positioned where I need it and clamps where I need them. Everything is basically dry fitted, so the next step will be to just loosen everything up a little bit and pull the pieces out, and then epoxy them back in, and then tighten up the clamps and keep double checking everything till I'm absolutely certain that I've got it. In order to get the plywood right here to be really parallel, I had to actually exaggerate how much I was pushing in on my bars because of it was just flexing back a little bit. So yeah, so that's a big deal. So I'm going to get some epoxy mixed up, and we'll get this in place. And that will be pretty awesome. So, okay, here we go. All right, so I've got everything in position, and everything is set here. There's like really nice joints all the way around. Proper amount of squeeze out. So everything is looking really good. Double check the center line. Everything's good there. These are both at the same height off the table. I checked that. And interestingly enough, when I pulled all this together, the other side over there popped loose, so both of those let go, which is just weird, but that's okay. There's good epoxy going on there now because it's actually coming out of the staple holes, so I'm confident that I got enough in there and it's actually penetrating. So Obviously, obviously once the bottom sheening's on, all that tension kind of transfers to that, so it's just keeping everything in place until we get that going. Yeah, so big day. Getting this part done was just a really big move. So yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me, and I do appreciate it, and I will catch you guys later.